Good morning and welcome back to Dower House Farms. We're a beef and crops farm in the south of Ireland. We aim to put up a video every day. There's Harriet, there's Leah. And we're greeted this morning. A leaky truck.
Boy,
You're in big trouble.
Again.
We'll get the horses fed now. And Ash is getting his daily makeover, or weekly makeover. We get the silage pushed in here now. See, do we need to make any adjustments to the diets for the day and get them fed. Going to hopefully get the straw finished baling and going to get some cover crops in. It's a better day now than expected today, so I think it's good until maybe supper time. So we'll get on with it. I was baling straw last night. Well, I'll put in one or two clips there now. I've the baler dropped off there now. I'm going to go down and pick up that load of grain down there. But I just want to give you a look here at the oilseed rape stubble. I think one of the very first videos I put up, like day 1 or 2, I was cultivating this, so about 17 days ago, something like that. And in fairness to that now, like you can see that bit there is where the sprayer went, so you can't avoid that. God, he had the combine fair well set up. There's nothing on the ground. Like oilseed rape, the biggest losses you have with oilseed rape are at harvest. When you're sowing, if you got to see now to sow this 32 acre field, you might have, I think you sow oilseed rape like 6 kilos to the acre or something like that. So 6 kilos, like, and the field would be fully green. There's 2 kilos of rape thrown out here, so he had the machine spot on. And yeah, that's another thing I've learned in my farming career now. I'd be a man for drive on, just get the job done. But a lot of the time you have to just pull back, set up the machine properly, because as a wise man once said to me, he said, there's no point in just going through the motions. So in a min-till system, you till it after the harvest and you hope all this stuff greens up. So we'll come in now and we'll spray this off before we sow it. Hopefully get a bit of a chit on any grass weeds. Can I see any grass weeds here now? What I can see though, and it's something we'll have to keep in mind for the barley. See all that slug damage? That's all after being eaten by slugs. Look. So now this patch I'm standing in here is exceptionally bad for slugs. I know that historically. But that's something we'll have to keep in mind for the winter barley. And it's one of the downfalls of oilseed rape. The amount of slug pellets you have to apply to the crop itself and to the following crop. And that's why we're not actually growing slug pellets or oilseed rape this year. We're going to take a break from it. Back to this morning now. Get a mix on and get these bulls fed. We grow all our inputs to feed the cattle here on farm. We don't buy in anything. We're 100% self-sustainable in food production for animals. cattle fed. I took the T7 off the trailer. I'm going to put the case on that now, and I'm going putting the Missouri Beast on the T7. I'm going to go on and sow some cover crops, and that is going to go empty a couple loads of grain. So this is the mighty Hiva, or Missouri, sorry. We've a calibrated there now. She's Isobus machine. So we put a train underneath here. Open this flap. Sorry, no, 1 second. Put a train under there. Open that flap down, and go into the computer on the thing. I'll show you there now. You put in, say, to put out 2 kilos, fill the tray and weigh what's in the tray. And there was 2.1 kilos in the tray there now, so I'll type that into the machine, and that'll be alright then for sewing. So I'm just typing it in here now. This is the Isobus screen for the machine. So 1 sec now. So I'll show you how you do it. So it comes up like this. It says that it should have put out 2.042 kilos. Click on that, and it actually put out 2.15. Enter. Okay. So say the old kilograms of paddock put out per revolution of the metering wheel on the drill was 0.179, and the new calibration number is 0.188 of a kilo per revolution. So there was a 5.3% discrepancy there. So we'll select that. Okay. Here we'll set what rate we want to put out. I was sowing grass seeds last time was 39 kilos to the hectare. Now we're going to go at 19 kilos to the hectare. Enter. So the max speed I can go is 25 kilometers an hour. Can't go that speed anyway. Okay. And right, we'll take it up more when we get back to the field. I'm just pulled into the field there now. So I was baling with this tractor yesterday, so go into field, set up, implement, select Missouri. So for my coverage now, and my work control, which is this is on auto, so it shades up on the map. It'll shade, 1 sec, I'll show you there now. So it's on auto. Sorry, put it into gear. It's on auto, so when see it shading the field there now. And when I lift up the drill, or the Missouri, it stops. So I know what I'm after sowing. I'll just go into, I want to make sure that all the settings in Missouri are right. Yeah, so there are 7.3. The coverage trigger, which is what turns on the work control, the shading that I showed you there, that's in the rear hitch, that's the 3-point linkage. So yeah, we'll get on with it. So she's 7 meters, row discs that just we usually used to always go into just double with this. So these discs would just create a tiny bit of tilt, enough soil just to have a tiny dusting of soil on top of the ground, and it's just a straw harrow then behind that. 4 rows of tines, level it off, lovely. And seeder, air seeder, and this is where the seed comes out, gets blown out the pipe here down onto this splash plate, and it's obviously there's a fan in there, and it hits off the splash plate and spreads out, lovely. So I've the discs down there now, they obviously fold up on the road. I've the disc down here now, so I'm going to put in the pin. This pin, the tines and the discs run off the same spool valve. So you set the height of your tines, the minimum height of your discs, sorry, and you can play around then with the height of your tines. So that will stop the discs from moving now as I'm working. Another one here. The job's a good one. So you can see there now the way it's shading it. I do the headlands first, so I'll know where to lift it and drop it. And that's the machine working away there now. Sewing away here now, going about 15k, covering 7 meters, so getting through a lot of ground fairly fast. I'm not actually using the discs here now, I don't need to. I sort of have it running on the lift and tickling it with the tines. I'm on the auto steer, so hands free. Serious job now, to be fair. And the beauty of 7 meters is you can spin around there in one whip. You don't need to be backing and shunting. So yeah, about an hour now we'll have this field done. An hour and a half. About an hour, you do about 12 or 13 acres an hour. So this 20 acres, we won't be long getting through it. The hopper will only take enough for about 15 acres, so I'm going to fill it up there now. That's my 3 different things I'm putting into it. I'll just give you a look at the finish it's doing here. So this is the field we were loading the dung in the other morning with the John Deere 250 or whatever it was. And Big Jim cultivated it yesterday. So that's the finish now. Nice and level, plenty of tilt. I'm going to roll this now. Hopefully later. Dad is just gone checking the straw to see is it fit the bale, so if it's fit the bale I'll go at that, and because that's more important than getting this rolled. And if not, I'll roll this. So between the dung, mint hill and cover crops, 3 different environmental measures being done here in the one field. Well, boys, checking some of the stock there now. It's not fit for, I'm finished sowing the cover crops up. It's not fit for baling, so I'm gonna have the roller on the T7 there now, and I'm gonna head on and roll them cover crops. I've that finished. Gonna do the rounds of the cattle at grass. I'm that finished. I'm going home to my wife and kids for the evening. I'm rolling the cover crops I sat earlier on now. I'm on the auto steer, so I started at the far side of the field. I'm the far side away from the gap now, so what I did the whole way over was I did every second run so I wouldn't have to turn as tight. And I'll fill in the blanks now, and I'll end up back at the gap and I'll be finished. It's a 6.5 meter Vaderstad Rexius, I think is the name of it. It is cross killing rings and a leveling board. Actually not ideal for rolling planted corn because you can drive on the same way you would with a Cambridge roller, but far better job then for cultivating and pressing ahead of the drill. So it makes no difference now in this because the seed is on top of the ground anyway, but if you can see the little spurs on the rings, they'll flick up the seed if you're going too fast. I may have showed you this already, but I'll show you again. So to open the roller, you push it down, it unlocks, that unlocks and locks. Back, falls out, and pull in the ram. Falls out, on you go. So please leave a comment in below. Do you have these where you're from? Jesus, this one's very deep. So this is a ground break. That is cool. I haven't seen one that deep in a long time. Geez, I wouldn't want to drop my phone in there now. So like I can't see the bottom of that. So obviously under all the ground here is limestone caves, and this is the obviously ground after falling into the caves here. Jesus, that one is, I don't think I've ever seen one to open up like that now. That's cool. But you know what we could do? We could see the solid structure while we're here. Probably not as interesting as the caves, but look, we don't have a pan on now, which is good. Maybe a bit here now. See, this is actually on a tram line. Jeez, that's very cool. Like, I'm lying down here. Don't fall in head first now. You won't see me anymore. You'll have no more Dowerhouse Farms. That's my arm, right? Full stretch. And I am 15 feet. That's class. Very cool. So comment, do you have these wherever you're from? These are ground breaks. This is actually, I didn't know this was that bad. We often see them that like you'll have a hole. I'll show you what they usually look like now. There's another one down here. This is my cover crop I was showing you yesterday, and don't ask me why I didn't saw that headland when I saw this, but anyway, I had some reason at the time. So it's planted now, and we've plowed a good lash of dung in it too. Headlands are always the most effective with compaction. So this is what we usually have, right? Just like the ground drops down a small bit. That's maybe 1.5 foot deep, or that long. The ground drops down a small bit. Or maybe we might get one 3 times that size or 5 times that size. But they're always just, the ground is sunk down. I've never seen one before with such a pronounced, like that's a cave, like. That one above there you can see down 25 feet. So that's really cool. So leave in the comments if you have them. Back in the yard now, I've the silage pushed in and I've all the gear put away there. So I'm going to leave today's video there. We've had a savage push there now for the last couple of days. Jeez, we've worked savage hours, early starts and late finishes by us all. So look, we're after getting through a huge amount of work. And Dad, myself, Fong, Big Jim, Uncle Mike, loads of help, so it's great. And be getting a little bit quieter from now on. That's sort of the last big day of the harvest finished, we'll say. We have the beans to do. We've about 70 acres of beans, and we've about 10 acres of barley left to cut, but the barley isn't ripe and the beans won't be ready for 3 weeks, so a little bit handier from now on. So thanks very much for watching, and please like and subscribe for more Dowerhouse Farms. I'm off home and I won't be here too early in the morning.